We were talking about stupid people, and I think that German Chancellor Friedrich Merz on nuclear energy, this couldn't be more stupid. I mean, I have a lot of respect for Germans. Germany is very close to my heart. I love the country. There's so many lovely cities. The people is so educated, so warm, so everything. The natives, not the Abrodians. You know what I'm talking about. But why do they keep electing these morons? Why do they keep doing this to themselves? I don't know. Some kind of suicidal empathy. They have this huge guilt from World War II. I can understand that to some extent, but you have to let it go. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz on nuclear energy, it was a serious strategic mistake to exit nuclear energy. Do you remember that Germany completely destroyed all their nuclear plants? Not even shut them down or off. No, destroyed them. I mean, that was... I don't understand what was the point of destroying those nuclear power plants. I mean, why couldn't you just, I don't know, maybe turn it off, close the door, lock the door, and, keep the key in the Bundestag or something like that? Why destroy them? I never understood that. We are now undertaking the most expensive energy transition in the entire world. I know of no other country that makes things so difficult and expensive as Germany. Yeah, because I don't know what kind of, if this is malice. You know that there's what is called Hanlon's razor. There is Occam's razor, that usually the easiest explanation is the correct one. But Hanlon's razor is never confuse malice with stupidity. And I have no idea if this is malice or stupidity, or is a mix of the two. But if I said that it is stupidity, I would have some pity for them, because naturally, if you're empathetic, you would have pity for stupid people. Or he's just a stupid. He doesn't know better. But I can't say that these people doesn't know what they're doing. Andrew Cotte, friendly reminder, the first German chancellor to initiate phase out of all nuclear by 2022, went to work for Russian oil and gas firms when he left office. Say his name, Gerhard Schroeder. It's a nice conflict of interest in there, because if you decide that your country is not going to use nuclear anymore because nuclear bad for some reason, nuclear dangerous, when we know that reactors, type 4 reactors right now are as safe as you can imagine. Everybody mentions Fukushima, everybody mentions Chernobyl, everybody mentions 3 Mile Island, and that's it. You have absolutely no other example, and we kind of know why did Chernobyl happen and how could have it been prevented. We know how 3 Mile Island could have been prevented. We absolutely know how Fukushima could have been prevented. I think that was the most retarded of that all, and that pains me to say that the reason Fukushima happened in Japan was completely preventable by months in advance. It is baffling that so much bureaucracy in Japan led to Fukushima, but you just have only 3 examples. Nuclear power is as clean as it gets, as efficient as it gets. I know that people who seem to know what they're doing, like Elon Musk, says that solar power is much better, is safer. It's solar power is infinitely safer, of course. You need the ability to have the batteries as well to be able to hoard all that energy. But you have instant energy, and clean energy with nuclear, why just make it go away? I don't understand. Kevin Dalton, President Trump in 2018, Germany will become totally dependent on Russian energy if it does not immediately change course. But it was by design, because if the people who were in charge then went to work for Russian oil and gas firms, it was perfect. It was like underhand and saying that, oh, you know what, maybe you should tell all your, you should guilt trip your compatriots to say we need to get rid of nuclear energy, so they have to depend on Russian oil and gas. And that is one of the crazy stuff that they say all these things about Russia and Ukraine, but at the same time they have to depend on Russia for energy. That is, I have to find out more about that. But I think that the more I try to find out, the more retarded everyone seems. I still want to have some hopes for the ones who have power in the world. But yeah, some of you are saying that don't get me started with Keir Starmer. But it's something that these globalists want to destroy their countries, their cultures in the first place. I mean, they really want to do it. That's why I can't say they are stupid or anything. It's like they actively want to destroy their countries, their populations, their demographics, everything, with energy, with the rising costs, with the danger of having all these criminals being so easy on crime. And if you say anything, you're Islamophobic, you're xenophobic, you're something phobic, you're, I don't know, transphobic, everything. So, Germany in 2018, LOL, Orange Man, you're crazy. And now in 2026, turns out that the Orange Man was right. Oh, yeah, you remember that clip? Let's remember that clip.
Germany will become totally dependent on Russian energy if it does not immediately change course. Here in the Western Hemisphere, we are committed to maintaining our independence from the encroachment of expansionist foreign powers. It has been the formal policy of our...
Notice the faces of these morons. Notice the faces of these morons. Who is laughing now? Who is laughing now? German Chancellor says that decision to abandon nuclear energy was a serious strategic mistake and criticized the country's current energy transition as the most expensive in the world. I'm going to give you some advice to anybody. I have body language buddies all over the world. I'm going to give you some advice. There's one word that I absolutely despise when we're talking about anyone's government. For example, the Venezuelan government, or during you're in the United States and during the Biden administration, somebody used this word, or maybe you're in Germany and somebody used this word, or you're in Australia or in Italy. The word is incompetence. I hate that word with a passion. I hate that word. Because it means, when you say, this incompetent morons, a lot of thinkers in Venezuela call the Chavistas and Madurista governments incompetent. What does mean that you call your government incompetent? That is a problem of, being competent, that you just have to hire the right people, that you just have to do things right. It's like, oh, they should know better. That is the problem. The problem is that they should know better. That is how insulting to anyone's intellect is to use the word incompetent. Oh, Biden was just incompetent. Kamala was just incompetent. Malice is just incompetent. I don't know, Pedro Sanchez is just incompetent. Who else? Who else out there? Keir Starmer is just incompetent. They are not incompetent. In fact, they are extremely competent. They are extremely efficient. They are, the the best ones at implementing this globalist agenda, because that is on purpose. That is by design. So if you call these people incompetent, you are like masking the true thing that is happening behind closed doors, which is the destruction of the livelihood of these countries, of any country, of your country. You're watching right now. Canada is watching right now. You're watching your country be destroyed. Oh, Mark Carney is incompetent. Whenever you see anybody, and I've seen friends who are also commentators use this word, I call them out. Do you really think that Mark Carney is being incompetent? No. He's got the malice, and he's got the instructions, and he's doing what he's told to do. Oh, this is the right thing to do. Some people would say, oh, wait, but all they are infected with this guilt, with this suicidal empathy, with this, climate craze nonsense or whatever. And they are just trying to, nobody is willing to break the ranks. Nobody wants to be the one who says, you know what, I'm out. Nobody has the balls for that. But then it means, if that is the case, it means that they are aware of what is happening. It means that they are aware that they are doing wrong to their countries. They're doing it wrong to the people who elected them. So it's not a matter of incompetence. It's, again, a matter of malice. These are malicious actors that are doing this on purpose. So let's stop once and for all using the word, oh, they're just incompetent, because that is not the case. It is happening in so many countries, and I want you to think about it. And how do you, this is the question, how do we change the people who vote for these people? We need, first and foremost, we need to identify the ones who could change, because there are people who are brainwashed absolutely beyond anything. And I'm about to talk about that in a minute. But I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. I'm going to highlight your comments, because while I